Welcome to the RPG Podcast.
And we are live.
Oh, God, Patton!
Presented by SHEATH. A Time Wheel production.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Robert Patton Global Podcast. I'm here today with Ernie J. Call him EJ. How you doing today, sir?
Amazing, sir. Grateful to be on here. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me. You're a friend of a good friend, Stephen Stephen Wiley. We had him on a couple of episodes ago, and he just brought you to my attention as a great fitness sort of expert, and I wanted to get you on here and talk about your journey. We were just talking about how you got to where you are, where you're going, and what you're up to. So when would you like me to start? Like beginning phases, like from my why? Yeah, let's start there. Why are you doing what you're doing?
So real quick, Cap, when I started my health, I lived in a family. I lived in Hawaii. A lot of spam musubi, a lot of rice, a Filipino family. And the health wasn't there. Like I wasn't really educated with really health conscious. And my father passed away with cancer. And what that did to me, it put me, because he was like my best friend. He was, going through high school. He's an architect and a carpenter. So everything that I've learned has been through my father. When he went, he promised me, he made a promise, and he said, use your gifts with, bettering your health and, share it. So ever since then, and that was 2009, that was my journey where it started. That was my why. And I just went through it. I overcame a lot of hurdles in my life to get where I'm at now, but totally grateful through the process. So that's my why.
Okay, yeah, I lost my dad around that same time, actually. I think it was like a year earlier. I was headed to Iraq, and I didn't even get to go to his funeral. I don't even know if he had a funeral. He was like that kind of dude, and he started like reclusing towards the end, and it was more of a drinking thing, and it got like beyond a point where it was like beyond the point of return, and he just
I'm sorry.
He finished it off, and then he was gone. he was awesome. He wasn't like my best friend, but he was a good dude for sure.
He created a man like you, so you're making things happen in this time you have, so
definitely
hats off to him.
Yeah, and to our dads, and the inspiration they provided for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, how did you get to San Antonio?
San Antonio, I was from Hawaii.
Yeah.
My wife that I met in Michigan. So I had family in Michigan. I went there for college. I met her, and she was the love of my life. I met her down there when I was going through college days, U of M days. And she had moved. It was a quick move. And I went through the whole long distance, and I made it happen. And I just came down and literally came to Texas with the shirt on my back and motivation to get it done. So that's all I did, and took action on it.
So she graduated before you or something, and you had to maintain the relationship while you finished school?
So her family owned a nail salon. So she was in the nail salon business, and she worked with her mother. They got a good price down here in San Antonio for a Vietnamese salon, a lot cheaper than definitely got in and grew it from there. So she just had to move, it was kind of like a random thing. Okay. We were in college. Yeah, we were in college. And I just said, you know what? I love this. I love my wife, and I want to be with her. Guess what? A blessing from God. There was a baby involved. So I got the call. And said, hey, you're being a dad. And that kind of speed thing. That's why I had to come down with the shirt. I didn't want to. It was kind of like a thing. I need to hurry up and get down here for my newborn son. So it was one of those.
That's exciting.
One of those experiences.
This episode is brought to you by Third Eye Cacao. We're so happy to have a brand new sponsor. We want you to support our sponsors because they make these shows possible. Third Eye Cacao is on a mission to preserve ceremonial grade cacao in the world and invite others on a journey from their head to their heart. Cacao is a fruit where chocolate comes from and is one of the most nutrient-dense superfoods on the planet. It has been called the elixir of the gods for its ability to open up the heart. Studies have shown that the same endorphins that get released when you are falling in love for the first time, cacao has the power to induce also. It's like the best feeling in the world, and cacao has that for you here at Third Eye Cacao. Overall, cacao has the powerful ability to begin any day with intention and ceremony. Use promo code TIMEWHEEL, that's TIMEWHEEL, at checkout and save 11% at thirdeyecacao.com. This episode is also brought to you by SHEATH, the underwear of legends. It is the underwear with the dual pouch system. One pouch for one part of the male anatomy, another for the other part of the male anatomy. Not only is the underwear the most comfortable underwear you'll ever wear, but it also has the most stylish designs and patterns. The fabrics actually have a cooling effect when you put them on for the very first time. Your body will thank you because it's one of the hottest parts of your body. So cooling it down with these special fabrics that SHEATH provides is a nice experience. The proof is in the pudding. We have a 100% money back guarantee on the very first pair. If you don't like it, we'll send you your money back. Go to sheathunderwear.com, use promo code RPG and save 20%. We appreciate your support. Back to the show. I like it. I like your coffee cup.
Thank you. I like that Year of the Tiger too. So yeah, the Chinese New Year's just happened. It's a big thing about my culture.
Yeah.
Especially my wife, she's Vietnamese. They go with the Chinese New Year's. So
okay.
Cool.
The guy that trained me to sew was from Vietnam. You have to.
Vietnamese?
Yeah. And I tried to learn Vietnamese, and I got the not the Duolingo, but the old school like Rosetta Stone app. And
I took that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I tried, man. I tried for the parents.
Me too.
Yeah.
And they were like, I have no idea what you're saying. I'm sorry. I tried for like 6 months.
Just say ciao and nod your head. Just do a little nod. Give them a little respect and love, and that's all you got to do.
They were big on eating.
That's basically the communication with my family, my wife's family, but it's cool.
Yeah. Well, they were very nice, and they wanted to eat all the time, like every time.
Yes. Every time I go there, I do massage work, I do body work, and the mom would just make me a meal, and like she doesn't want to ask me, right? So she'll just make me a meal, and then kind of move her shoulders and stuff. And I was like, "Come on, mom, let's get on the table," and then I just work on her. So we just definitely trade value there. But yeah, I love my family.
Beautiful.
Definitely in the nail salon world, they're kind of slunched over, very tight in the shoulders. So yeah, my wife's happy. Yeah, loosen them up for the next day. I mean, they're hard workers.
I know. They're like some of the hardest workers. This dude never stopped working.
Yeah.
Ever.
My wife just acquired a nail salon.
2
days ago, dude. 2 days ago. So that's another blessing. So yeah.
That helps keep everything flowing. What exactly is it that you do? And how do you know Steven and work with him and stuff or whatever?
Oh, wow. Okay. So I met him at the gym. I do online coaching. I do massage work, body work because I do men's physique as well on the side. I'm actually going for my master's this year. We're going to work really hard with me and Steven. We're it's like brick by brick. That's what we're doing right now. So we're trusting the process and doing the 75 hard and getting there. But for like, what do I do? I think I'm just an entrepreneur. I love giving value to the community. I'm upcoming real estate. Again, I'm taking my test next month, so pray for me.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Thank you. It's gonna be a good run this year because the market's looking juicy here in San Antonio.
Definitely got to get in. I mean, it just takes time. I know a few people that are in the real estate, and it's just, persistence, patience, getting your name out there, and just grinding, and show every fucking house. Anyone that shows any interest, just keep. Like, you don't have to sell anything. You're just showing them stuff, right?
You're showing them. The thing is, the way I look at it, I just bought my new home this year, and a great buddy of mine, that's the reason why I got into real estate, is like he let me lead, and he picked a home that like will take care of my family, and that's what I want to do. I want to give someone the breeding ground to help them excel in like whatever they're doing. It's all about just giving just the right home for what they want. So
exactly.
It's cool to give.
Yeah, you don't have just be cool and don't fuck it up, I guess, because the house will sell itself. Really, I mean,
the house sells.
Yeah. What So then you're an entrepreneur. What is your like daily routine like?
So I wake up in the morning. I do 20. It's called a 20-20-20. 20 minutes of stretching, 20 minutes of breathing, just getting my body awake.
Nice.
Drinking a glass of water, and just have like an hour of time to get me started, to create the warrior mindset going, and then just hit the gym, going 100 miles per hour.
Nice.
And then from there, I take care of. So I'm basically like stay home dad / helping out the shop, helping the home front right now at this point. But as soon as I pass my real estate, it's gonna kick off, and I got my mom and my family here helping me with this process too. I have 2 kids, so that's a job within itself.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, that sounds like my morning routine to an extent, but like when I was younger, I remember I would just get up and go, grab a coffee, I guess, and head out the door. But now I take an hour or so. I meditate. Like very first thing I do
dude.
Before I even get coffee is I'll meditate for 20 minutes, and I'm doing like Transcendental Meditation. I just got like the actual training from this guy, John Dewey, in here in Woodland Park, but he learned from the like Maharishi Mahesh Yogi and the ancient tradition.
The greats.
Yeah. And so that I do every morning, like without fail. And then I read for like 20 minutes, and then I work out. And then I'll come on and do a podcast or do a live and or meetings and stuff. So then the second half of my days is relatively open, unless that's where I book other kind of meetings and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
definitely. I like what you're doing. Like podcasts, giving value to your community is great. So I see. I think Steven told me you're into you have a infrared sauna at home.
Right. I see you have a sauna.
Yeah, that's what I do too in the morning. I get in there. Usually that's my like wake up, blood flow, circulation, get that sweat, and then start my day. So I'm sorry I didn't add this is my favorite investment that I've.
Well, so you do that first or like second? Because I would typically do that. I work out at home usually, so I'll work out and then get in and then take a cold shower and then that kind of. And
I get it to warm my body up, because right now in Texas it's kind of it's a little nippy. It's down to the 30 degrees. I just get in there just to warm the body. I don't stay in there for 20, 30. I do that at nightyme. That's a nighttime routine. Oh,
I like that. So. That's good to know. Yeah. Because I don't want, sometimes, you don't want to get like too sweaty first and then go work out.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to, yeah.
That's weird. Sometimes
I agree on that.
At the gym, I would see people come in and they'd just be all like, it was just always an after the workout thing for me, but I could see the warming up your body effect as long as you just stand there for like 5 or 10 minutes or something,
So the people that they'll get on the bench all sweaty already, right?
Yeah.
Do you have that there in Colorado?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We have Gold's gyms, and it's just like, I feel like you're doing this backwards or something. Like, what are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
But everyone to each his anal. Some might say.
True. Hey, I'm actually happy with this whole COVID thing because people actually wipe down the bench now. So I've noticed like maybe pre-COVID, they would leave their sweat, like their sweat angel back on the pads, and I'm just like, okay, I got you. I got you. I'll wipe it down for you.
It's a good attitude.
I'll be a good human being and help you out, you know?
Right.
But yeah, it was gone to a point where it was just drenching out the floors, and I was like, all right, I brought my own little disinfectant wipes. Just clean it, you know?
Yeah.
But it's better now. Everything's so clean now.
Nice.
So it's great.
Where do you work out?
I go to Gold's Gym and Crunch.
Crunch
Fitness.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you have Crunch in Colorado?
Yeah. I like them. They were very hospitable to one of our models. Michael Malice flew in one time, and we just needed a place to take a quick shower, and they were hospitable in that regard.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a good. The way I see Crunch Fitness, they're more on the community base versus like those high, commercial gyms.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a lot more customer services on their end. So
yeah, exactly. And it's moments like that where you tell a story about an organization where they were good to you, and I feel like that promotes the brand that they're trying to create awareness about, and just you got to live that kind of style of business if you want to grow. Just give, like you said earlier.
At least give, yeah.
I mean, because you're going to get it back.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. 100%. You just got to give,
Yeah. People are going to pay. Most people don't want to, they're too proud to ask for anything. But when in the event that they do, you give it to them, and then they tell about it, and then they're going to come back and spend their money, and they're going to tell their friends, and they're going to spend their money. But most people, not half the people that shop with us, they don't use discount codes. They just buy full price, and we like that. But we also have the other half. Go ahead. The other half do use discount codes, and so we take care of those. What? Sorry, I cut you off.
So I'm sorry. Yeah, like the discount codes is amazing because you're helping out your people, but people are trying to support you because honestly, it's kind of like me when I invest in stocks. I like to look at it long term, and I like to support the business that I believe in, support their vision. So they're basically buying you in the end of the day. I mean, they are amazing underwear, man. Thank you, man.
Thanks.
Never this is the only underwear I'm gonna wear now.
I appreciate it. That's the only underwear I wear, and a lot of people are like that. Once they say once you go black, you never go back, or whatever.
Do you have a saying with SHEATH?
Well, it should be. It's something along those lines. I mean, it's the same sentiment because once you wear SHEATH, it's hard to go back and wear other underwear.
Yeah. I was a Nike guy. I was a Nike, like boxer briefs. And then went into
of course.
And then I'm like, man, these feel better. You guys have the pocket in there, and I'm like, definitely engineered for greatness, man. So I'm in the gym. I don't get. I used to have SHEATH before. I'm sorry, that's kind of
same.
SHEATH. Yeah, with the leg day and stuff like that. And then with these underwears, it's like I don't get anything. So
it keeps everything nice.
Just a testimonial on my end.
I appreciate
nice and smooth glide,
Yeah, it is. It's a very smooth, soft fabric that doesn't stick, and we're very lucky. Everyone has their own path, and I guess it's like comes down to listening to your inner voice and following. And I don't always do that with every single thing because sometimes it tells me you're smoking too much weed. You need to chill out.
Oh,
but and I don't, and I try to listen, but then I don't ultimately. It's weird, but I do listen to some things.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm so jealous that you live in Colorado because isn't it? It's legal down there, right?
Oh yeah,
it's legal.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so jelly. And that's where I prefer to get my source is in Colorado. So
it's good. It's good.
Great
here.
stuff. Great.
Yeah. I like too much information probably, but I got arrested like 5 times in Texas just for weed.
I'm very careful. I try not to break any laws or anything. I just do it with the discreet of my own, don't want to interrupt anyone else's bubble. Just stay within my zone, in my lane. And
the key is just don't I mean, don't smoke
Don't abuse
and
it.
drive. And yeah, don't
Yeah,
abuse
true.
it. But like in the old days, like when I was growing up, we would just ride around smoking blunts, listening to music. And then
Well, what year was that, if you mind me asking?
like 94,
Where did you,
95.
94? Okay.
Yeah, I was, in high school listening to Tupac and Biggie, and
Oh my gosh. May I
Pretty
ask how young you are, sir?
I'm 43.
43. Okay, so you're a 70s baby?
Yeah,
70,
78.
80s?
78.
Oh, 78. Nice, man. So I'm at
Yeah.
87, 80
Okay.
baby here. So yeah, you're the age of my brother, my second oldest brother.
You're the age of my younger
Tupac,
brother.
man. Really? Yeah, Tupac, man, and Biggie was his jam.
Yeah, exactly.
He was doing the blunts too. He was doing the blunts, yeah. So
We were trying to be cool
Yeah.
back in the day. Going
we lived in
nowhere.
Cali. We lived in Cali at that time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
What part?
my brother grew up there. San Francisco area, so Bay Area.
Oh, wow, that's
So
way
yeah,
north.
like way north. Yeah. Did you live in like Orange County,
Exactly.
LA area?
Orange
Oh, I
County.
love that. I love that.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful area, man.
yeah, and it's a. I mean, whatever. I don't know why this makes me say this, but it's a lot of Asians there.
I felt right at home. You
Yeah.
know, I go there. I'm like, man, everyone likes the food I like, and it's a great feeling to, because I'd been through challenge of adversity. When I went to Michigan, I was like there was a class where it was like I was the only Filipino guy there, and
I bet.
people were just looking at me like who is this guy?
Right.
He's not, and I
From
felt
around here.
he's not from around here. They call me Johnny Tsunami because I came from Hawaii, and it was funny.
That's kind of a cool
Had a good
name.
time. Johnny Tsunami. I don't know if you watched Disney back in the day, but it was a show. He was a surfer that came
okay.
to like Colorado, came to snowboard. He was a surfer transition to snowboarding.
Oh, I missed that show. But
Man, I love snowboarding, by the way.
Oh yeah, me too. I snowboard.
What closest mountain do you live in? Mind me asking.
Breckenridge, Vale.
Really?
Yeah.
Vale?
Yeah.
Okay, so end of this year, I'm thinking about taking my family out to their first like slopes, like
Nice.
a ski resort. As I have a buddy that lives in Boulder. I don't know, is that
Mhm.
far from you?
It's not close, but it's not too far. Like
Okay.
2 hours.
Yeah. So he's a guy that got me into. He's super spiritual. He was one of my friends that I met here in San Antonio. His name is Devin Suggs. He's a healer, like yourself. Like he's into like spiritual healing, mental healing, like overcoming. He's a chiropractor, so every time I go there, I just get aligned.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've used I've used chiropractors, and they definitely help. I feel like you can also do most of the stuff yourself, like with yoga.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it does help.
Stretching it out.
Yeah, I mean, it does help to have somebody else's like healing hands from time to time if you're too far gone.
Have you used a machine called Namotech compression sleeves
For your legs.
for legs, arms, hips? It's like a compression. It decompresses like, and it stretches at the same time.
No,
Have you used that yet?
I bought a cheap one and it didn't do it. I didn't like it. I bought like a cheap.
So let me tell you what, Bobby.
Tell me.
If I ever go down there with Steven, I'm gonna bring it with me. I'm gonna let you try it.
Please.
That's a game changer for me too as well.
Yeah, I'm so tight. Like if you can teach me or whatever, I'll buy the thing you're talking about, because I'm kind of bad about cooling down, and I realized as I got older, I work out kind of hard for an average person because I was in the Army and I just was always into sports and I've always been active, and so. But the cooling down, typically don't do, and then I seize up, like my muscles go.
It tightens up. It
Super
tightens
tight.
up.
Yeah.
What time of the day? Mind me asking.
By the time when I'm trying to go to sleep, I work out in the morning, and then and I say I don't do it, but knowing that I don't do it, I kind of do it a little bit more now because I know I have to. But like if I were to work out really hard and then just get in the car and take off, I'm fucked. But if I'm moving, I got to keep moving for at least another like 20 minutes to let, I guess, the lactic acid, or I don't understand the science. you know?
I just break it down really simple for my clients. I say motion is lotion.
Okay.
So you want to really just kind of move the body, move the joints, stretching out all the fibers out, because I mean, you're contracting. Usually a lot of people do, like, especially bodybuilders, they contract the muscle. You want to expand it, and you want to do the opposite, just to get you back to like normal.
So stretching
alignment.
a little bit.
Stretching is very important. I highly recommend stretching.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have a little friend here, your new puppy.
Yeah, my new puppy. Her name is Raya. So she's 13 weeks, I believe.
Wow.
Definitely a game changer. Another baby in the family. So my family adores this one.
That's so cute. I know that some of them can be aggressive. I don't know if you've heard that.
Oh, she's definitely a guard dog. She's like, I think the origins of a Frenchie, that they were the guard dogs for the prince and like the princesses over there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she has that in her breed, in her instinct. Like when we have people outside, she would just she sleeps in our bed. Yeah, she's spoiled, very spoiled. She when she hears something outside, she'll just prop up and like wait for somebody to come by and like go attack mode.
Yeah, that's a dog.
She's cool. She's cool though. She's very friendly with my kids. Thank God.
Yeah. You don't want any
aggressiveness. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that would be unacceptable, especially with little ones.
Oh yeah.
I know a dog, like a Frenchie, and it bit like 9 different people.
Really?
But that was before the owner started kind of getting it under control. Like, because apparently, some dogs are just like super easy going. You never have to fuck with. She's a chewer. Yeah. Well, this one is a chewer on skin, a human skin.
Oh, she likes the human skin feel?
I don't know.
I'm gonna nip that in the butt. I tried. She tried to go for my daughter, but I was like, no. I literally looked at her and was like, don't do that. And then she stopped. So they're very smart and obedient.
Good. Yeah, you just have to train them. I think ultimately at the very youngest of ages. And he had a male dog, which tend to be a little bit more aggressive, and they didn't snip the balls. And then it was just like a cascade of events. Because apparently, some dogs I've learned a lot about dogs over the past couple of years. We foster dogs, and I have 5 dogs as we speak. Cool. So we've had a lot of dogs come through, and some dogs are just like, they have good tempers, like a golden retriever or something. Like you don't.
Very good temperament.
You don't have to worry about them. And that's like supposedly like a beginner owner's dog. Yeah,
like a Labrador.
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about it. But supposedly a Frencher is like more intermediate. You need to be a good owner. You know what I mean? Because they're not easy.
This is my first dog owner, period. And I did a lot of research on YouTube. Like before I got her, I did my my due diligence on properly how to handle her. And definitely it's definitely a baby for me. It's I'm investing my time but I know it's going to come back,
Yeah. And she's beautiful. So that's
thank you.
I have a pug. My personal dog is a pug, and they were supposedly the lap dogs of the princess and
pug. It's very calm, very, very like chill.
No, she jumps around. She's psycho. You start petting her, she gets she loves it so much she can't take it. She's like freaks out. But suppose I think they're supposed to have whatever. They're definitely not aggressive. Pugs are like super easygoing.
They love to play though, right? Very playful.
Yes.
Frenchies are very playful. They're playful dogs. Yeah, they like to just like
in the same category. Frenchies and
I think
pugs.
They're part of the breed. I think in the gene pool, I think they've been mixed in there.
Yeah, because they have the smashed face thing going. I did. So before we left, I was thinking. Currently, I use this Peloton app, and I'm constantly promoting it because I love it, and I live in the mountains, so I like there's.
That's cool.
There is a gym not too far away, but I have a gym downstairs, and
you live on a gym. Like you just go down the mountain, go back up, and
Yes.
Good for a workout, you know?
A nice hike or jog around I'm very fortunate in that regard. But I don't know really. I guess I was going to ask you your opinion on Peloton, if you've heard it. I mean, if you've used it or heard anyone that used it or whatever.
So Peloton is the bike, right? The bike setup and everything.
Mm-hmm. But I don't have the bike.
I have never used it personally.
Yeah, and I don't have the bike. So you probably don't know that much about it, I guess. It's just like it has, because I didn't know that much about it. I thought it was just the bike too. But then there's a treadmill, but you don't even need the treadmill either. I don't have the treadmill either. I just use the app, and it is, I guess it's like $12 a month, but they do, like, if you say you are doing the running app with them and they're running on their treadmill, I have what's called an arc machine. It's kind of like an elliptical machine.
Oh, is it like it's a treadmill, but it has like a bend to it?
No, it's just like it's like a stair steppy thingy. Okay. It's like a stair stepper with no arms. It's pretty cool. They have them at most gyms because it's like an industrial. I had to find it from a place that sells equipment to gyms. But
okay, I think I know that machine. What you're talking about. It's kind of like you're basically, it feels like you're hiking, kind of going up a mountain. Okay.
Exactly. And so when they're doing the running, I just like they'll be like, increase the speed, and I'll increase the little resistance, or increase the incline. So you don't have to have their exact equipment, just for everyone out there that knows. People don't know that, but they also, and then aside from that, they have like outdoor running, you just listen to them, and I like, it takes your mind off of things. I guess where I'm going with this is like, you're like a real life Peloton kind of because you instruct people and on how to work out and stuff, I guess, kind of, right?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So what I do is like what you're doing right there is absolutely being creative with your, the way I look at it is like being resourceful. Mm-hmm. Everyone's different. Everyone has a different situation that I've noticed in my career in the fitness industry. It's never the same clients, never the same story. What it is just doing what they have and making it better. And it's really just takes time. It's long term. I look at fitness as a long-term thing, not a short-term, unless you're just trying to get, a wedding, right. Look good for a wedding. I mean, it's depends on the person.
Right. Yeah. Some people try to this was me. In fact, I would not work out for a while, and then I'm coming back to working out, and I try to do it all in like 2 days, and I'm like broke for weeks.
Yeah.
So you got to
So what I do is I tell my mind every day, if I stop, it's gonna hurt. So it's kind of a mindset thing. Like I've stopped before. I was a victim of stopping. Life gets in the way. Like newborns need a lot of attention, and you got to make that sacrifice. And I felt the difference between going religiously versus stopping for a month and then going back on. It's the worst thing that can happen because you're so tight. The circulation's out there. You have to retrain your body. So I just tell myself, don't stop.
And what does don't stop look like to you? Is that every single day or 6 days a week?
It's anything just moving. So when I mean don't stop, it's what do you have at the time? Even though you can make time. I believe people can make their schedule and make time.
For sure. Gary Vee talks about cut out fucking Netflix. You got time.
Yeah, cut that out. Yeah, I say trim the fat.
Yeah,
trim the fat off the steak. Unless you like fat on your steak, but I mean, just trim it. You like fat on your steak? You like a good ribeye?
I didn't used to. I used to think that it was super gross. I knew someone, and she would eat the fucking fat in the steak, and I used to think it was so gross. And the only reason I do
it tastes good though. Like
fair enough, fat, but it's more like about this carnivore diet I've been toying with. I don't think I'm in a position where I need to only eat meat. Where like if you listen to Jordan Peterson, if you know who he is, and his daughter, like they have this something kind of disease where they can own, like they're allergic to everything else, so they have to only eat meat. Where I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. Like if I tried to go vegan, it would not work because I'm allergic to coconut oil and cashews and pistachios and eggs and eggs. Anyways, like so much shit.
Wow.
Watermelon, lemon, weird shit.
Oh man, all the good foods, man. All the
A lot of
watermelon.
yeah, I know, milk.
Oh man.
But I'm not allergic to potatoes. I'm not allergic to spinach. I'm not allergic to meat. But I like as far as proteins, I do. That's where I get it from meat, basically. And there's all these controversies back and forth. What's good? What's not good? I think we're all like we all have different kind of blood types. Different digestive system. Different. What I say is like everyone's different in how they process food. And like for me, I can't eat beans. If I eat beans, I bloat up. Wow.
You know. But I do white rice. Yeah, white rice is a smooth energy for me. So certain foods for different people.
Right. Nice.
You just gotta experiment. Just play with it.
Yeah, I'm wheat. I'm allergic to wheat, but I can do rice and I can do oats, and so I do a lot of oatmeal. Whereas I used to I would wake up every morning, and then have like Pop-Tarts and coffee.
Oh man, that was my that's my high school life. Let me tell you, the strawberry ones.
Yeah,
with some
blueberry,
milk,
strawberry.
Dip it in milk real quick and send off, right?
It's
I lived that life.
Yeah.
It's fun time.
And I stopped doing that, and then I went to Oreos. But this is over a long period of time.
Oh man, the Oreo game. I'm still I'm not gonna lie, I still eat Oreos.
I love Oreos.
Here and there, I treat myself. Not right now because I'm doing the 75 hard with Steven.
Nice.
So Steven is watching because I haven't had an Oreo in 10 days. I'm doing the 75 days. So I will have an Oreo though after the 75, but it'll be the best Oreo I'll ever eat. Yeah,
well, it's been about quite a few weeks now, like let's say 3 weeks, because I went to the doctor and they said my cholesterol was slightly high. And so after the Oreos, I would throw on 4 strips of bacon and I'd have the bacon.
You would have the bacon?
Oh yeah, every morning.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It was good. It was great. But I've replaced the Oreos and the bacon with oatmeal, and it seems to be going well. And here's the reason I would have fasted. It's not like I'm hungry, but I take my vitamins, and then you get kind of like that nausea if you don't have something in your stomach or whatever.
Right.
So I was trying to just have something. It's not like I ate a whole box of Oreos. I try to keep it to like 2 or 3.
Oh, that's good right there. That's what I do. Yeah. I do 2 or 3. Like before leg day, I'll just squeeze in maybe like 2 or 3 just to get something quick glycogen boost, ready for the workout. So I try not to use food as an emotional, like attach my emotions to food. I usually use food as fuel.
Fuel. Okay. So I've heard of that type of thing where like bodybuilders will eat like candy. I thought it was after.
Yeah.
Before or after or what?
You can do Rice Krispie treats before. For a heavy day, like a progressive overload program.
Interesting.
But if you're cutting, I would stay away from that. But if you're trying to build, like put on some quality size.
Yeah.
Yeah, clean bulk. I mean, stay within range. Calories in, calories out. I believe in that as well. So as long as you're not going over the range of your calorie, you want to still stay in a surplus, but not too much. Maybe like 300 to 400 calories a day. It's a safe bet to get a pound a week.
Okay. So. Well, I'm going to ask you this. Okay. You're a fitness expert and I'm going to have you here. And I feel like my body's not proportional in that I have like kind of like I have like a big chest and torso, but my arms are skinny. And if you look at Dana White, the president of the UFC, like 10 years ago, he was like this little dweeb. He was tiny, and now he's all like fucking jacked. And I have to think he might have used something, but he had to do some work also. Right? But he had to do something. How do I get like
without doing something?
I don't mind doing a little something.
Okay, so to be totally transparent, I am on hormone replacement, so HRT.
Me too.
Oh, you are? Cool.
Yeah.
How much a week are you?
I do like 200.
Sipinate.
Yeah, but twice a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
I think.
Oh,
Or
twice. So you're going
two
four.
meals. I'm not sure. I don't even know. I'm doing
Okay.
like 2 mil on a what is it? An insulin syringe, I guess.
Yeah, like when 2 mils.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's not a lot. Yeah, so you're getting a good amount. I mean, you don't really need a lot.
Yeah, I just do it. I do that twice a week.
So I have a doctor checking my levels as well. So the whole bodybuilding scene, I got caught into the scene.
Yeah.
I had a bad coach my first time around, and I took in way more than I needed. And what it did, it causes my hormones to crash. So what I did is I went to my doctor, I consulted it, and now I'm just on an HRT getting my levels. So I got down to a 70. I don't know if you know your like, levels ranges.
Yeah, that is low.
I was like that for a month, right? And I could immediately tell that something's wrong with me. So I got help. I seek for help, and then I'm on an HRT, and I feel really good. I'm just in baseline. I'm getting 200 a week.
Okay.
So he's putting me on that, not super level, just getting me back to where I need to be. And that's all I need, really.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything weird. I like like something to kick it in, like a steroid, just the TRT. Have
you heard about Turkish testosterone? It's more of a natural. It's like a plant. If you look it up, it's crazy. It's something new that they're putting in. Testosterone or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a natural anabolic.
Yeah, I want all of the what would you say, like advantages, I guess, because I play in the sport of business, and there are no rules for PEDs, so I could do PEDs, but I don't want to overdo it or fuck myself up. You know what I mean? So I try to keep it to like on a pretty low level. I was taking HGH, and then I started hearing stuff about like these bloated gut thing. Have you heard about that? Yeah. I
took one maybe cycle of HGH my last prep before I stepped on. I just took 4 weeks, but I know you're supposed to be on that for like 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Just to get the full work. But I've been on this. So basically, Somaderm, it's my wife's company that she promotes with her skin and hairline. Like hair, like just being youthful, and it's like microdosing, and it's actually, you can get it online, so that's pretty cool. And so I stayed away from the whole HH, the real stuff from the pharmacy, and I've stuck to this, and it's been working.
Interesting. So it's good for your skin and hair and
hair, yeah. Because I have, my dad is he was bald, and I was at 34, I was already getting there. I was getting the high salute.
Yeah. And
I've been adding that, and it's been kind of helping. So,
nice. Yeah.
Keeping me young, man. That's what I want to be. I want to stay young. And
me too. That's all. I'm like, I fucking have too many thoughts about it, actually. Like, it's kind of, I know I'm not alone, because like over the years, over the life of humans, we're like the fountain of youth, and we're always looking for these things to keep us young. And it's like
the hidden gem
slipping away ever so slowly every day.
Yeah.
A little bit at a time.
Because it's where you put your time in, right? It's where your mind is. I feel like where energy goes, like your focus, where your focus goes, energy flows. So that's what I've been kind of staying religious at. It's hard. It's a hard process, but
but like,
got to make it happen.
Yeah. And I feel like for the most part, like humans, Americans, we've cracked some sort of code where we're not getting as old as fast. We slowed it down a little bit, I think.
Oh yeah, we're getting smart. Not eating what's out there. Learning, educating, growing is a big part of it.
Right.
Staying educated.
Education. Yeah, there's a lot of information, so much out there. It's hard to know what's right or wrong. I personally, whatever Joe Rogan says, that's what I do.
See, there you go. It's funny. You just got to find that source. I ask people the source, right? So would you follow you? Like at the end of the day, I look at myself and like, you got to keep yourself accountable. Have have a mentor. I believe everyone needs a mentor in this world.
Totally. Yeah, I agree with that. That's one thing like Eastern cultures have, not that I'm not aware of it, but I've heard where that Western doesn't, is mentorship. And we're just like, we'll figure it out on our own. But like you could get so much faster if you listen to somebody who's been there, done that, you know?
I call that time traveling, like just learning information from somebody that's already done it. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We just have to listen.
Yeah, totally. Well, that's so. What do you tell people? Like, how do you get people motivated if they're
Open
not?
up.
Yeah. Moving up.
If they're not like, if they feel like they're in a slump or they're unmotivated.
Yeah, sure.
I just talk to them and try to get their why. So if I can get somebody's why and talking to them and they cry, like I tell people, your why has got to make you cry, because if you don't have something tied to you that that's going to push you to the next level, that you're not attaching any type of like, that's going to motivate yourself, then you're not going to do it. I've seen countless times where a lot of failures, but failures is part of success. I believe. I tell my clients, it's okay to fail. Like, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. Like I tell them already, I hope you're ready for that. And that's going to be the hardest, like, transition to once they fail and they're okay with that. And then they move and they add on a little bit every day.
Right.
Being consistent, right? Getting the flow. And then once they get results, it's just a snowball that's going to create, just an ongoing process of growth.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't quit. Like, even though you fail, that's the problem with, or stigma behind failure is, if you quit, then it's bad. But if you keep going, it's not as bad.
Yeah. The stigma behind like failure, like, a lot of people in college, I've seen it, right? Especially now I have like a nephew that's 4th year in A&M and he's having a hard time because there's all that pressure of failing. But he has never failed before. But senioritis happens. Yeah. And he's failed one time, and I could tell it took a load on him. But that's a process, right?
Right.
And I told him, and we had a good talk and I empowered him to just keep doing it. You're gonna fail, but keep your focus back into the game. And then once you're in the game and you beat it.
Yeah. Yeah. You typically only like fail at the same thing over and over. You don't, like, you usually figure it out. We typically figure shit out.
Hell yeah.
How to not fail. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, touching a stove. You're like, oh man, that burned. Well, I'm not going to do that again.
Right.
So let's do something. Let's do something that would change it. What can I change, to make that situation better? That's what I would do personally. And that's what I tell my clients all day. Like, just, it's okay to fail, own it and then move on to the next level. Like, just keep doing it every day. Keep digging.
I like it.
Yeah,
so you're a fitness expert, but you're also a massage therapist, and I imagine those two go like kind of hand in hand. What is a simple technique for tension release that people can do at home?
Oh, okay. So for yourself,
you
can stretch your traps and your neck. So day and age nowadays, everyone's on a computer, on their phone. So their head's down. They're in this position.
Oh, yeah.
What I would do is keep you actively, open up your chest. Look up. Looking up is very good for the neck, stretching the neck out. But also stretching your neck this way and putting the opposite hand straight down, really just releasing your traps.
Nice.
So that's what these things right here are ones that kind of get that posture going. And if you're going to leave that and keep your posture straight, keep your spine straight throughout the day, you'll be fine.
Steven I was just in Texas this weekend, as you know, and he was like doing this thing where he was like pinching my trap and I just like released. Like,
did it work?
Yeah.
Did it help?
Yeah, it was just like tiny little something. And I guess he was just pointing like you have tension there, and I just like let go.
So I don't mind if I do meet you one day, sir. I'll definitely work on you.
Nice. Yeah. I used to get massages like once a week, and done like all the different modalities from acupuncture and
Cupping. Have you cupped before?
Yeah, cupping.
I specialize in cupping as well. Getting the adhesions in the muscles out it just helps with mobility.
Yeah. What is adhesions? What are adhesions?
Adhesions. So when you contract your muscle fibers, they when they heal, like let's say if they don't heal properly, they turn into adhesions, and the fiber cannot stretch. It's like stuck together.
It's like a knot.
Once you get cupping, it's like a knot. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then once you get cupping, what I do, I glide. So with the cup, I do one pump, get the oil in there, the essential oils, and then I glide it. And what it does, it breaks it up.
Yeah.
And then I'll leave it in there for 5 to 6 minutes.
Nice.
Double pump, whatever. Yeah. So
whatever the person can handle. A double pump, is that?
Yeah. A double pump is that's where they handle. A lot of people can handle. I've met somebody that can do 3.
Yeah.
That's I'm like, wow, you have great pain tolerance. It's
weird. It feels weird a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, when like moving it around, it's like, yo. But as long as it's good,
So pain is gain. So I tell people like, I'm not trying to hurt. Like most of my clientele, they actually go for it now. They're like, please hurt me, Okay. And I said, breathe, focus. It's because pain tolerance. Not a lot of people are being used to like being poked at. Mm-hmm. But once somebody gets the deep tissue and body work done, they feel amazing afterwards. So
interesting. I like that. I'm a big. When you said breathe, I took like a breath. I'm a huge.
Yeah, that's how I met Steven.
How?
Surprisingly. So we went. The funny story. We were in the sauna.
Yep.
So it was pretty divine. Me and my buddy, I have a workout partner, and we're like, hey, I told him, I was like, hey, let's do some Wim Hof, man.
Yeah.
And then while we were doing it, Steven, he was in there.
Yep.
He was in his Zen mode, and he was breathing too. Like, well, he was doing the Wim Hof, and I was like, wow, I have not met anyone that does that here. So I was surprised to find another person that like understands breathing.
Oh man, yeah, I love the Wim Hof breathing exercise because it wakes me up. Like if I'm, it gives you this blast of DMT, we call it. If you do it, squeeze.
I get that all the time.
Yeah, I love that. If I don't get it, I'm like, fuck, I didn't really do it right. But sometimes I think it's just not going to happen that day or that particular session. But you do it later or whatever. Steven and I do that. That's kind of one of our bond things. Just fitness in general, him and I. Yeah. Every time we get together and I work out with him, I'm always like broke for like 3 days or longer.
Oh man.
Because I don't know why I want to like, but I want to.
He brings it.
Yeah, he brings it, and then I always try to keep up with him, and it's like a bad idea for me.
Honestly, that's how we've been kind of regularly working out together, maybe once or twice a week, and we're breaking PRs together. Nice. So I don't know if you talked to him, but he's been breaking the PRs, and really proud of him out of his journey, his fitness journey, and everything.
Well, for him to come in last in that event and not quit and just that is impressive to me. We have
similar stories.
A good attitude. What's your story?
So my first show. I've got 7th out of 21, but I tried my hardest, and it was I had a lot of doubters, I had a lot of naysayers, because I was like $120.
Wow.
And I had to put on 20 pounds in a scale of a year or two, and I just made it happen, and it was tough. It was a lot of learning, I would say, my first show, and then I took that failure. And I ended up winning my second show.
Wow!
The next time around, so I took all my weaknesses and made them strengths. Yeah, and it was posing really.
Wow! Oh, okay. Oh, really? So it wasn't so much. You didn't.
Oh, it was the body too. I came in pretty flat my first show.
Okay.
So it was something wrong with the peak week. So usually we kind of manipulate water and sodium. It's like a little science experiment to get your muscles the most fullest at that moment in time.
Right.
And then this time around, I got a new coach that was actually looking for my best interest. And we made it happen. So we changed some few things, got some carbs in, didn't change too much, but like on the peak week, but we added way more carbohydrates going in versus cutting it completely.
Okay.
Yeah,
What is it? What do you, so you won your very next event, and
Yes,
you've had 7 total. So you've had 5 since then.
Yeah.
And like, what is it? So if you win, what happens? And like what
you
happens?
move on to the next level. So this year time around is going to be masters. So there's different divisions. So it's 35 years and up.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do that approach because I'm going against giants now. So this whole industry with the whole bodybuilding phase, the 20-year-olds are mass monsters now. It's like I don't think I want to do that to my health, just to win a gold medal. So it's kind of like a self thing. But I do want to go against people my age, and I take it as like a sport. So I take it as it's going to keep me accountable, and I love doing it.
Okay.
I love bringing the best package I possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, you want something that's going to push you, and that's why I think fighting is so powerful of a motivator, because you know you're going to get in a cage with someone else, so you better fucking put your work in.
I've trained in Hawaii for Muay Thai, so I know the whole industry. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I've fought in a couple stages, like cages myself.
Wow,
it's fun.
I bet.
I changed the whole. As soon as I had my son, I had to change. So
yeah, it's a risky profession to like put yourself in and all your chips in, and you got to put all your chips in it.
Yeah,
or you're not going to win.
Hats off to the fighters that are that have a family, and I give them mad respect because it's hard,
Yeah, but we fall into these these paths in our life, and you're supposed to have direction and control over your own path, but sometimes the universe is more powerful than little old us, and or life happens, and I
call it pivoting. You got to learn how to pivot from the goal, and it's been changing my mental health as well. Just learning how to pivot through getting the turn downs, the let downs, all those things,
Yeah, and all those guys are going to have to pivot at some point because you can't fight for forever.
Yeah, I mean,
one
of my buddies
you could train people, but what? Your buddy what?
Yeah, he was into fighting too. Now he trains. Yeah, so usually like fighting, the next step is like being a coach.
Right. Yeah, and I like that.
Just to keep the passion in.
Totally. I want to be a teacher of sorts one day, maybe like motivational or business or something in that regard, because you want to give back, but also stay a part of what's happening, stay involved. And
yeah, may I ask, what strategies would you do at this current time when it comes to business? What would you dive into? What would you
I mean, it all kind of starts with yourself. It all starts within. It all is, you got to be ready. Ready. There's a mind state of a businessman or woman, and you got to be able to deal with failure. You have to be patient, and the type of dedication you're going to have is going to have to be like nothing else you've ever had before.
Yeah.
You better be willing to put in 20 years of work without pay. And that's the kind of dedication you have to have.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
do you have affirmation or do you have visuals that you see that help you get through this?
Yes. I have a vision board right here. I have 2 right there. I got 3 in my bathroom from the years that have gone by, where I make at least one new one every year with new goals, visions. Like right now I'm looking at Wim Hof I had never put him on a vision board, and since I put him on my board, I've been
doing it, right?
Yeah, I've been getting in ice buckets with chunks of ice, legit ice.
Oh man.
Not just a cold shower for a minute or a 50-degree water. This is real legit ice. So shit happens when you if you write it down, if you put it out on a vision board. There's a little bit of magic. I like to believe personally in these journeys, and if you have to like have a little bit of faith that the universe is on your side and is going to work with you, but it's also it's not going to give it away. It's going to test you. And once it realizes,
trials.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a hero's journey. It's not just given. Mm-hmm. But once it realizes that you're not going to give up, then it will acquiesce.
It'll bless you.
Yeah.
It'll bless you with the blessings. Yeah. I 100% agree with that.
And there's
putting the time in, skin in the game.
Oh, 10, 20 years, like nobody is a success overnight. It's all, the 10-year overnight success story.
Most of the grades, it took 10 years, right? Like it's 10,000 hours of to create a skill.
And
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan. I'm just going to say Jobs for some reason, but like anyone.
Bill Gates. Bill Gates was in his basement for like 10 years. That's what I heard.
And there's no way it just started. Like Elon Musk, he was they're building these programs as teenagers, and that 30 years later, he's the richest man in the world. But
it's incredible.
Yeah, he might, if he would have given up because shit was too hard. Like nobody knew how to develop PayPal. He just figured it out. And I'm sure it wasn't easy, although he is kind of a weird genius. But he still had to work hard and probably like believe in himself. There's so many principles. Yeah. There's like a lot of principles to success, and I could go over them. Just like how bad do you fucking want it?
Yeah. How bad are you willing to eat?
What? Say that again.
Like how bad do you want to eat? That's what I tell people. Like. Yeah. You're starving right now. You're telling me all your things that you want and desire. It sounds like you're hungry. So just eat.
Right. But I think the hunger wades in some people and it doesn't in others. Like, cause even if I get that food, I want more food.
Right.
I'll never, it's never good enough.
Satisfied.
Never satisfied. And there's that's a whole other, like maybe you don't want this kind of life, so maybe you just have a regular kind of job and enjoy life for the other parts. I want the joy of like achieving something that a lot of people don't, I guess.
So I'm sorry, Dad, I don't know if I mentioned this in the podcast, but how I started, I wasn't I wasn't as this motivational as before. I used to work at like a warehouse. I was literally just kind of zombie mode through my life. Yeah. And what helped me is Tony Robbins.
Ooh, I love Tony Robbins.
Yeah, he definitely got me going in the right direction. It's just personal growth.
What was your experience with him? Like a book or?
It was an audio, and I like it. I like it when he talks about just mirroring and like smiling, put your shoulders back, and just kind of like it makes you feel a certain way. When you put your shoulders down, look down, you already feel unconfident. I already feel like I'm already doubting myself. Yeah. But if you keep your shoulders back, chest up, and proud, it brings a certain energy.
Dude, people that
that's what I like about that
on self-help, I love it because they're the ones.
People talk shit about it.
Yeah, like
I didn't know that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, people think they don't need it, or they don't like it or whatever. But like that just makes more room for us to flourish. The less people that try to self-help and develop themselves through like Tony Robbins shit or Think and Grow Rich or that 10,000 hours to become a master, and like there's all these books that show the way. Yeah, and it's like time traveling. I'm not.
That's it. Time travel. That's what I believe.
I am like slightly below average IQ, even maybe slightly above, somewhere in the middle, right there. But like, I just read these books that taught the principles, and I had an open enough mind to kind of just say, "Fuck it, I'll buy this shit." Yeah. Like just visualizing or vision boards. Like, oh, I'm not going to make a vision board. Okay, don't make a vision board. seems to be working for me. Like a lot of the shit I put on these boards come true. Like
you're manifesting. You're literally
Yeah.
manifesting what you see, right? So,
but it starts in your mind. It's not real yet.
Mhm.
I'm manifesting it here, you know. And right now I visualize a plane, and I don't maybe do it enough. But I'm also being a little bit patient. But I kind of want my own. Not even. It doesn't necessarily have to be my
You're gonna
own.
get a jet?
Yeah, a jet. Because I just got out of commercial travel again this weekend, and you're sitting on a plane for 2 hours because they took out too much fuel. When initially they had too much fuel. It's like, what do you mean you have too much fuel? We got to wait for them to come take out fuel. So we sit there for an hour. They took out the fuel, and then they're like, oh my God, they took out too much fuel. We had to wait another hour.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sitting in, you know, they have those seats like right next to each other. Yeah,
the coach.
Even if I
middle.
I don't even like first class that much. Ultimately, if I'm gonna fly, I want like a pod, my own little pod that I can either sleep in or lay down in. I hate being all cramped and trapped for hours. Like
it hurts. It's terrible. I feel like too. I'm like this because I have wide shoulders, so I'm like already in a bad posture.
Right.
And I like to lean sometimes. Like I love the window seat.
Yeah,
window
me too.
Seat is my.
Me too.
That's where I like. I just kind of lean into the plane and just get to my destination.
But sometimes it's not comfortable. Yeah, it's. Like make the fucking thing comfortable, but like my vision of ultimate success is having a plane because
that's
a plane. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna pray for you that you're gonna have a plane here in the next year.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been a while, and I feel like it's time. And even if we don't necessarily own, because I think some people you just like kind of do the thing where you lease it or whatever. And I'm cool with some sort of private travel, air travel.
Private traveling is.
Yeah, that's a goal.
That would be dope.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I think that's a cool goal, especially from like Colorado area. You can just skip traffic, just fly off in the mountains. Be like Batman.
I mean, why else do you make a lot of money but to kind of have cool shit, do cool shit?
Absolutely, yeah. My wife is a very she likes cool things, so
she's an entrepreneur.
She's an entrepreneur herself. She's an artistic. She has artistic vibe. She does a lot of things. She wears a lot of hats for sure.
Nice. Yeah, but
she makes like portraits.
Wow.
I wish I could show you. Is that cool? I can show you?
Yeah.
You have time for that?
Yep.
Hold on, let me see here. So this is what we do on this side, and I'm gonna get Steven one, him and his girlfriend. So this is what she does. So basically, it's like stones. She's got the amethyst. Yeah. And it's a family picture. I don't know if you can see it. Wow. Yeah, that's what she does on the side. So it's just like a collage of our family. And then we got this stuff right here.
Oh wow. Well, I've seen those like things with the amethyst. It's kind of like good energy, right? Like good vibes, but
Oh yeah.
I forget the symbolism or the what happens, but those stones and putting it all together like that is supposed to be good for energy fields and things.
Oh yeah, I 100% believe in like just like symbols and energy. Energy is like it's transmitted. So
totally, and putting their picture in that energy field, I think.
My family. Yeah, that is my why. My family. That's the reason why I wake up every morning.
Hell yeah.
To take care of my family, you know.
Yeah, if you're only doing it for yourself, then I feel like you might lose motivation. There's got to be more than just.
I got to feel like somebody's depending on me. You know, I feel like I have to be, I'm serving. So at the end of the day, we're like servant leaders in a way.
Yes. Yeah. People don't get that shit, dude. So you're on the right track for sure. A lot of the stuff you're saying is jiving with my philosophy, and I'm quasi successful. And that I remember and we're gonna wrap it up shortly, but one of the people that worked with us, he couldn't grasp that, because he was one of the bosses. He was one of the owners, we'll say, even.
Okay.
He's no longer with us. We had a force majeure him out of the company.
Rest
But
in peace.
he wanted to be the boss and he wanted to tell people what to do. And I was like, dude, no, you serve your employees by helping them do their job and giving them what they need. And he's like, no, I just want to tell them what to do. You could tell he got off on it. He liked it. And they didn't like it. I didn't like it. And so, and from being in the Army, that's how we were taught to lead, from the front.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you definitely had a paradigm shift yourself, going from that, paradigm and then turning into like a selfless leader and leading from behind. I believe in leading from behind is going to be your best bet. You're empowering the people.
Well, so they say leading from the front, and by
leading from the front.
But there's two different. Okay, so the sergeants, which I was a sergeant, we were there with the soldiers. We led from the front, meaning that we would get down dirty with them. You know what I mean? I clean.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I've cleaned the toilets. I'm not too good to do this shit. I'll do it with you. Leading from the back was the officers, and they were the ones that like did all the planning. So there's room for both. But the point is, you don't want to be just the one leading from the back, because then
you're telling them what to do. You got to do like the job with them. Yeah. I don't believe in just barking. I was like, do them with, like, actually do the job with them.
Yeah.
And then they'll get better at their job, and they'll know, like, wow, you're doing it with me, and you're the owner. That's totally cool. Like, right now I'm doing reception work at my business right now.
Exactly.
I'm taking care of the baby.
Right. Yeah. You're not too good. You're not too proud. Like, it's a part of the journey that, you're not going to be doing it forever, but you're also showing, like, I'll do this with you. I'll do it also.
I'll scrub some toilets, man. If it needs to get done. I mean, you don't want people sitting on some dirty toilets. So just like do the job. Yeah,
or you don't want to like leave it for the next guy. Like, if you just be a part of the team also,
Oh, I have pet peeves of that myself. I used to work at a nursing home, and I would come in at like morning shift, and they would leave their mess for me. And I'm like, whoa, okay, well, I mean, we couldn't take care of that. And they're like, they just depend on people picking up the job when they could do it themselves. They had the time to do it,
Yeah, it doesn't leave a good taste in your mouth, and it's not going to build relationships. You want to work with each other, help each other. We are all one. You're not better than anyone. Even if you are the boss, you're still just a dude, and you're not better than them. And you're just at a different position in life. Okay. Ultimately, you have to just do more than is asked of you. And the reality is, people just don't want to do the bare minimum. But you don't just do the bare minimum. You always go above and beyond. You give back, and then what you give will come back to you.
So I look. So in a to wrap it up, like in a sense, we're all farmers in this world. We're all like, plant the seed, we nurture it, we care for it, and you put that in every aspect in your life. You're a farmer. It's patience. It takes patience. It takes time. It takes love and care. Yeah. And anything you do, if you put that principle in any aspect in relationship, fitness even, and you will flourish. I feel like that is a good principle that will take you places, because you bear the fruit, you plant the seed.
That's nature.
But there are seasons. It's nature. There are seasons in life.
Yeah.
Jim Rohn taught me a lot too. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he is great. Very much. And don't be afraid to get inspiration from these other motivational speakers. Like, they do it for a reason. It works. I get it. I love it. And the idea behind this podcast ultimately is that some people will get something out of this as well. And I hope that
I hope they do. Like, even I believe any comment's good. I love criticism. I love people telling me, like, even if it's their own opinion, I'll still love them. It's just they don't. It's the art of understanding. I feel like you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
But just explore it, put the time into learning more about it, and just have a support team. Have people around you that will push you to the next level.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You got to have a team. You got to have people.
Yeah.
Right now with this whole pandemic, and everything, I believe it caused a little tear with people's connections. People are more like they're scared. A lot of scarcity in the world. But just hug somebody. Don't be afraid. We've done it before.
Yeah.
And,
I'm ready. I'm ready to
to-
get back to normal. Personally.
Yeah, I'm ready too. I'm ready. Did you get the shot?
I did not. I can't do it.
Either. I can't do it either.
I liked it. Yeah, well, it's over, I think, and we didn't fall for the bullshit or whatever the case may be.
Right? We didn't. The
We think
hoax.
for ourselves.
It was a hoax.
Yeah, it was a bit of a hoax.
A little
Maybe.
bit. It was. I definitely. I can't really say that. I'm sorry, but.
Well, yeah, exactly. It seemed that it's definitely something was fishy along the whole time. I was like, something is off with this shit. But
honestly, like, still a shout out there. My buddy, I lost a good friend of mine 3 days ago. He got the shot and the booster. 5 months later, he's 29 years old.
oh my god! Wow. Yeah. See, and that's
rest in peace, Travis Martin. His name was Travis Martin. He was a good guy. Yeah, and he was a good man.
Fuck, that's crazy. Well, that is then just in further evidence that people just need to kind of think for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, we're not here to tell you what to do.
Absolutely, yeah. We're not. I'm not telling you what to do. It's just take what you can, and like golden nuggets. I say. I mean, everything that I do is like you're gonna get 2 to 3 nuggets of any type of information, and
Absolutely.
just put it into your own life. If it resonates with you, then perfect. If it doesn't, perfect. But at the end of the day, you do have that awareness.
Yeah, and that's what I hope you guys got out of this episode here today with EJ and myself. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much. I'm not gonna lie, I've broken some barriers too. Like public speaking is that's my hardest thing.
You did great. I couldn't even tell.
Thank you, because I'm terrible in it. I would get on stage and freeze up.
Me too. I used to freak out, and now it's kind of like I feel like I can handle it, and just by exercising this muscle more and more, we'll get better and better. How can people find you and follow you? And
so you can follow me on my Instagram is Ernie J Fitness, Ernie J _fitness. I've been creating a lot of content on just health and overcoming, trying to create that I guess motivation. I would say I like what you're doing, motivating people to get out of their comfort zones, and I think I can add that to add value to the market in that aspect.
Absolutely. So we'll all do our parts and hopefully make the world a better place.
Absolutely, and meet beautiful people like meeting you for the first time.
You too.
Steven talks very highly about you. He's like, man, he's like my boss. He's a cool guy, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to meet him.
Right on. Well, next time I come
it's an honor.
Town, likewise.
Let's do something. Let's do something. We'll jump in a freezing tub.
We'll work out and get in some ice water. Let's do it.
And you gotta work out with me and Steven though. It's gonna be a good. And we gotta create content as well.
Hell yeah, good. Yes, absolutely.
It'll be dope.
I come back every other month or so I'll be back soon.
Okay, till then, keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly. You too.
And I'll follow you. Is this do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, at Bobby the Bank and at Sheath. Those are the two. Bobby the Bank. And I'll follow you at Ernie J, Ernie _J. Right?
Fitness. Yep. Fitness. That's it. Thank you.
All right, dude. Well, we'll bounce and we'll be in touch. Bye, everyone.
Deuces. Thanks.